All right. Well, I'm sure you're wondering why I called you here today. Well, the truth is because I've always taken you to be a woman of science. And science is exactly what I'm needing right now. See, for my midterm, I had a video. I think I'm on my own. Well, let's just say it didn't exactly go as I planned. So this time I wanted to make up for it. Really make a big, nice blowout. So I was settled for the subject matter. I was going to talk about behavior. Specifically, the evolutionary behavior. Things that we've adapted to do over time for the sake of our survival. And then talk about how behavior can be taught, be learned, and specifically be conditioned. So I've put together a series of vignettes, I suppose you can call them, to document these different human behaviors. Now first, I'm going to show you, open that up, there you go, exactly what human behavior is, just kind of in a nutshell. Let's begin. The second the punch is thrown, Josiah's primal instincts kick in. Every fiber of his being ready to prove the sheer computing power of the well-oiled machine that is the human body. It starts with his eyes. Allowing Josiah to detect his surroundings, he's able to alert himself of the oncoming threat that is the punch. He sends a message directly to his brain. His brain detects the oncoming punch as a threat, sending a message to the rest of Josiah's body, allowing him to respond to the imminent danger with all the sheer, raw power that is human instinct. Let us watch. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. So that's essentially it. Human behavior as demonstrated by my lovely brother Josiah. It's a stimulus. The stimulus sends a message to the brain, and the brain enacts a response. So, now we got to see some more natural behaviors in action. Now, starting with one I feel is pretty standard, one of the driving forces behind everything in human society and behavior, fear. So I enlisted the help of, I guess you could call her an internet personality, a local internet personality. She was quite the character. I'm just gonna show you the video because I don't really know how to describe that experience. But yeah, enjoy that.
Gucci gang, 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 Gucci gang. Spread their racks on new chain. My bitch love do.
Hey guys, I'm Arden Paulson and welcome to the Arden Garden. I'm here with my buddy Aidan and we're going to show you some really cool social experiments today. So he's asked me to help him out with how the human body reacts to fear. Isn't that right?
Yeah. One question: What is the difference between a prank and a social experiment?
All right, so we say social experiment instead of prank so that people don't arrest us.
Cool. Yeah, we're going to be talking about human natural instinctual reaction to fear. So, Arden, what are we going to be doing to instill fear in these strangers?
Well, when people come walking down this path, we're going to mug them to see what they do.
We're going to mug them. All right, we're going to mug these guys. Okay.
Right, let's do it.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
Here comes someone. I'm gonna jump out on him with this box cutter. We're gonna get him real good. Right. Ready? All right. So, okay. Here it comes. It's this guy right here. This guy. Yeah. See him? Okay. Here we go. Ready?
Hey, give me your money!
Oh, we got him good, guys. We got him. Oh, he's still running.
Wow, we really scared that guy. See now, our first victim here was a textbook example of the fight or flight response. Now, specifically being flight. Now, humans evolved to do this over time along with a lot of our other animal counterparts. In the face of danger, you don't want to be near, say, a danger anymore, so you run away. You see this a lot in certain kind of birds when, they fly away when they're approached by humans. Or any kind of animal, like a prairie dog, per example, that digs underground and hides from danger. It's basically just a way to put some distance between you and your attacker. Cool.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
Oh my god, is that Ryan? Ah! Get away from me! No. Oh my god, wait. That's Ryan. That's Ryan.
Now, let's go. Please, give me your money.
I know that guy. That's my friend.
Okay, well, got $5.
Oh my god. Wow, you really took his money.
Yeah.
Okay, so, interestingly enough, as demonstrated by my actual friend Ryan, who we actually took money from, there's more than one kind of natural human response to danger outside of just fight or flight. There's actually two lesser-known responses held mostly by social creatures. What we saw demonstrated here was befriend. Now, what my friend Ryan did in response to having a knife held to his neck was reason with the imminent threat and give in to the demands, as to make himself known as a non-hostile force. Now, you don't see this very often in nature, but it is an instinctual human behavior based off the fact that we have evolved to be social creatures. Now, there is another secondary response, that being freeze. Now, if you freeze, you are genetically inferior. You, by freezing, are single-handedly lessening the quality of the human gene pool and should thusly be removed from it immediately.
Gucci gang.
Hey! Give me your money! Now, I had to remove that last bit of footage for the sake of this being a school project and all, trying to keep it PG, but what we saw there was a good example of a fight reaction. Now, fight reactions are pretty common in nature among something like, say, a snake that uses its poisonous defenses to ward off predators, or something like, say, a porcupine that can detach its quills into the flesh of an oncoming threat. Now, it seems like that girl had a little bit of a fight reaction. Looks like she got you pretty good, didn't she, huh? Oh my god.
Gucci gang, 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 Gucci gang.
That went well. Well, actually, this is pre-recorded, so I don't know if it actually did yet. But, yeah.
I hope that we don't get in trouble for this, or what you just saw. I'm sure it went fine. I'm sure it went fine. If you guys are seeing this, you know it went fine. Yeah. So, yeah. Is there any kind of outro stuff that you have to say for your channel?
Oh, yeah. Well, the Garden of Arden is always open, and I will be watching over my flock. Make sure to press like and subscribe, and see you guys later. Mwah.
Aidan, was that legal?
No, almost definitely not. I'm pretty sure that's all the money that Ryan had, but that's besides the point. Anyway, that's fear. People all respond in different ways to different situations through fear. And now I want to look at something a little more pleasant, let's say. So see, there's parenthood, right? And we're naturally hardwired to take care of our offspring. So I wanted to kind of get a closer look at that and enlisted the help of a local mother who would kind of talk to us about that. That didn't exactly go as planned either. I'll just have you check that out. And we're good. All right. So you've probably heard at one point or another that parenthood changes you, and I think in a lot of ways that's very true. The very moment that we're exposed to the idea of raising our young, our very physiology changes, right? We as a species have to learn to immediately click into parenthood. There's a lot of strange evolutionary tics that animals have evolved to have. Kind of like how the mother bird vomits into the baby bird's mouth. or how Seahorse immediately becomes the world's greatest stay-at-home dad. But I think the weirdest concepts are at play in the world of humans. So, me and my cameraman Ralph here, we found a local mother. We're gonna go talk to her a little bit about her baby, and yeah, just see what kind of weird behaviors she's developed since having a child. Look at that. They got dogs.
Oh, they got dogs? Cool. Love dogs.
Oh, hey there. Hey. Hi. I'm Aidan. I'm the kid doing the school project. This is my camera guy.
Hey, guys.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Don't
Oh, they're
let 'em
super
out.
friendly. Yeah, we'll keep them inside.
Look at them. They're so sweet.
Hey, guys.
They are. They're very well behaved. Yeah, come on in.
Hey, puppies.
Yeah.
Say hi.
This is a really nice place
Oh
you
my
have.
goodness. Well, thank you. Make yourself at home. Can I get you anything? Water? Snacks?
Oh, no, I'm all set,
Are you
thanks.
sure?
Yeah,
Pretty good right
awesome.
now, yeah.
Oh, look, it's a bad
so yeah.
Japanese horror film.
I just see that. Oh, come here.
So yeah, we just want to come and talk to you a little bit about how you feel you've changed since you had what did you say his name was?
Oh, Finn.
That's adorable.
Oh,
Adorable. So yeah.
Good name.
Any like major differences in behavior since since you had Finn, or that you've noticed?
Wow, gosh, let me see. You know, before I had Finn, I babysat most of my life, since I was 12. And so I always felt as, I guess a girl, that natural maternal instinct. And I knew I wanted to have kids one day, and I always wondered when I had my own child what the difference would be. And I realized that, come here, hey. Stop it, cut it out.
You try to raise
And
them right.
I realized, when I had Finn, it was how I felt with the kids I babysat, but times 100.
Yeah.
When it's literally your own child.
Yeah.
It
Wow.
changes everything.
Yeah. It's just like I was saying over here. Is as soon as it happens, whole world gets flipped upside down. So do you mind if we get to meet Finn?
Oh my goodness, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Come right in. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, don't mind a little mess here. Come right in. If you just want to give me a second to grab him.
Sure. Great place.
Look around.
This place is huge.
It is. Oh, it's cute.
Okay.
Oh.
Here he is.
Hi.
Yeah. Do you?
Just keep your voice. Yeah, just not too loud. Oh, here.
Oh, he's different than what I expected. Hi.
Is Finn here?
Hi.
Does he?
Oh, this is Finn.
That's Finn.
This is Finn.
Does he look like his dad?
We've debated,
Genetics are a funny
It's
thing.
hard. It's hard to tell. If they get older, they could look more like you, I guess.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna. Ralph, can I talk with you real quick?
Sure. Hold on. What do you think?
I don't know if you picked up on this, but that is not a human child.
Well, yeah, I noticed that right away. It's kind of like furry. Not even a French kid is that furry.
And not human.
No.
Not that either.
No, I don't. This is not what I
That's a
expected.
guinea pig.
Yeah, it's a guinea pig. It's a brown guinea
I kind of
pig.
hate guinea pigs.
I don't hate them. I mean, they're
people who own guinea pigs, they're always naming weird stuff, like Samson
Or-
or Pudge
or Finn.
George Michael. It's freakish. It's freakish. Does she have a human child?
I
Is she,
don't know. We'd have to find that out. It's more ghosts. Let's get back and see what we can do.
The show must go on. This is
Exactly.
terrifying. Are we gonna get? We'll work through it.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Come on. Let's see. Let's just act normal, okay? Hi.
Yeah.
So, guys, I absolutely don't want to push you out at all, but on Thursdays I take Finn to soccer class at 5.
Soccer class.
Yeah, it's about,
Oh.
I don't have my watch on me, I have my phone somewhere, but I think we're getting a little bit close, so if
He
you just
plays-
kind of want to wrap it up.
Yeah, no, that's I
What-
can't. No, I can't keep doing this.
What position does he play?
Ralph? I know.
What?
I don't understand why we have to.
I'm sorry,
What?
what do you,
What?
That's
what
not
do
a
you-
kid.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's not a traditional kid, but
Ralph, it's not a child.
What, excuse me.
That is not a human child. I'm sorry, man, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, but that's not.
What are you trying to say?
think there's
I'm trying to say it's a guinea pig.
I think Finn has a hurt look on his face.
Look at you.
I'm sorry. I know. I understand. But
I invited you into my home to be reprimanded? I mean, what is this? Is this a setup?
No, it's just, this is not what we were expecting, Elizabeth. It's not a, your traditional child.
I don't know the story, but honestly, I'm worried. Honestly, where is Finn?
He's right here. Don't you
No,
see him?
Elizabeth.
Very furry.
What?
Do you have a non-furry Finn?
Where is Finn? Was there ever a real Finn?
It was 2 years ago. Yeah. I saw him last. I turned my back for 10 seconds, and he was gone.
Oh my God, that's awful.
Someone took him? Who took Finn?
I have a little bit of a theory.
What is your theory?
I think the Yakuza took him. I know, it sounds crazy.
Well, no, they've done stranger things. They do steal children to either.
I think we've got just about everything we needed, though.
All right. I do
Yeah,
have to get him,
to soccer practice.
So.
I'm sure he's a.
Yakuza.
I'm sure she's offense.
Right, and this has been.
He's the goalie.
It's hard for me, so. But,
Okay, I just.
Yeah, so what? Yeah, good luck with the Yakuza.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and then Finn 2 there, the sequel.
I don't know if that's the right thing to call it.
I don't know. I don't know what to call the Finn. Finster.
It's kind of cute.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
I'm tired of this. So yeah, that was definitely an experience for my cameraman and I. I think if nothing else, it just kind of goes to show that humans take after anything maternally or paternally if it seems like it needs taken care of. Whether or not they necessarily dilute themselves into believing it's their child, that's another story. But yeah, moving on. Wanted to talk about something else interesting that's is an easy way to compare humans to the animals in nature, and that's hunting tactics. Because we as creatures have evolved to hunt. Now, I noticed there's kind of interesting ways that takes shape in today's society. So I got some of those tea drinkers down at the BBC to come down here and document that for me. And they, well, you'll just see for yourself. Play the video.
It's a normal day in the quiet town of Dover, New Hampshire. The residents are all living peacefully in their homes, going about their monotony, letting the times go by. And in one of the homes, a cub lays peacefully, amusing itself with whatever pastimes such simple creatures occupy themselves with. But he feels something, a slight discomfort. He ponders what it could be for a minute, before remembering it's been at least a day since his last meal. He understands it is time to hunt. He goes and alerts his brother. These animals, similar to other predators like wolves or hyenas, hunt in packs, using strategy and cunning to entrap their prey. They send out a call, fooling their prey into making its way toward their location, similar to behavior of anglerfish, enticing their victim with something promising. They invite him to get pizza with them. On the other side of town, their prey looks around hopelessly, lost. Everyone in the animal kingdom loses their way at some point or another, but what makes this creature lack direction so impressive is that he still hasn't left his own neighborhood. He uses his cellular device to point him in the direction of food. When the two groups finally cross paths, the pair of hunters begins using their tactics to make their mark. "All right, Ryan," the younger one says. "Why did you invite us out to eat today?" "What?" the foolish prey healthily responds. "You invited me." "That's definitely not true," says the older brother. "You told us you had something you wanted us to tell us, and that you would treat us to pizza." "What? I never said that. You invited me here. I have no money left. Someone mugged me yesterday, and all I have left is my credit cards, which I already owe hundreds of dollars on because of all the other times you guys made me buy pizza." "Wow, Ryan, that really hurts. You need to stop treating us like we're stupid. We would know if we invited you. We didn't. Did you really just bring us here to treat us like garbage?" "Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a jerk. I can't accept your apology. You are really mean to us. I'm super mad right now. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm gonna cry. Well, that sucks. Maybe if you bought pizza, we'd accept your apology. Oh, of course. I'll buy you guys pizza. Large pepperoni, please. And don't get Sprite with it this time. Get a better drink. Their hunting tactics are comparable to one of the most fearsome and evil creatures in the animal kingdom, the centipede. They use their intense speed and cunning to stay one step ahead of their prey, sucking it dry in the most grotesque and unruly nature imaginable, some even getting big enough to eat small mammals like rats and raccoons. Nightmarish. The boys, similar to the centipedes, find their meal and bask in their victory, with the younger sibling ready to return to another fruitful day of Norse heroics.
So yeah, that happened. And for my last one, taking it up a notch, I wanted to talk about love. No, I'm definitely not the person to talk about love, and the behavioral tics that are kind of associated with courting and finding a mate. I'm definitely not the authority on that, so I didn't really know how to approach this video, so I just kind of threw something together. Take it with a grain of salt, please, and just play the video. What is love? What is love? Hey, Brett.
Si, senor.
What is love?
Oh my God.
What is love? Hey, Scene, what is love?
What do you mean by that? Like, what?
I think it's being comfortable to do you wherever you are.
Love is a never-ending struggle of life and death situations, trying to keep the other one happy, and then eventually once you No!
You scared the crap out of me.
I ain't answering. Gank!
It's a pretty simple question, actually. What is love?
It's a feeling. It's something you feel. It says,
For that frame of context, I'm just, loving life, doing your thing, being free, not worrying what people think, and that's like that kind of self-love thing, And there's a different love, like when you care about it.
I don't know, something you don't feel for me.
What? It's fascinating, isn't it? How a concept as widespread and globally understood as love could fly over the heads of so many people. No one seems to be able to decide on a clear-cut definition of what love exactly is. Now, there is a reason for that. It's because love is bogus. Love is really just the same series of chemicals that are inside praying mantises' heads that make them eat their mates, or inside birds' heads when they do stupid dances, repurposed for humans to make sure that their bloodlines live on. So, next time you're feeling upset because your boyfriend left you, or your girlfriend isn't returning your messages, or maybe your last 3 girlfriends have all immediately switched to women after breaking up with you, and you're wondering if it's something about you as a person, don't. Because frankly, it doesn't matter. It's all in your head. And don't be a fool and fall for it. Thank you. This PSA was brought to you by all the lonely, jealous catechids. Alright, so, are you really on your phone?
No. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so these are all examples of instinctual behaviors, right? Behaviors that from birth we're kind of naturally exposed to behaving these ways, right? But there's another kind of behavior, learned behavior. You don't come out of the womb knowing how to be a carpenter. You learn these kinds of things. But there is a way to kind of forcefully teach people something, kind of have it fly under their radar. I don't know if you necessarily want to call it brainwashing, but it's not that far off. And that, it's called classic conditioning. So, in layman's terms, conditioning is basically forcing 2 stimulants to be linked in a subject's mind based off of repetition of learning patterns. The classic example is Pavlov's dog. In the 1890s, a psychologist named Ivan Pavlov conducted an experiment in which he would ring a bell in front of a dog. Put your goddamn phone away. And every time the bell was rung, he would give the dog a piece of meat. After a long time of doing this, he was able to ring the bell without giving the dog meat, and the dog would just naturally start drooling. A pretty good example of this, you've watched The Office, right?
Yeah.
You know the scene where Jim's computer keeps going off and he gives Dwight an Altoid?
Yeah.
Basically think of that.
Okay.
So essentially what I wanted to do for my research question was try this out on one of my friends and see if it was simple or not so simple to do this in a person.
Do you have any friends that are dull enough to be conditioned?
I know a guy. Alrighty, so here it is, the fruit of my labor. The final experiment. Alright, so I'd like to introduce you to my production manager, Davis.
A very important call.
Yeah, and then this is our test subject. Davis, reveal him.
You revealed himself.
This is Ryan. So I'm sure you guys have met Ryan before. Hey buddy, how's it going?
Hi.
So you see.
Can someone let me go?
No, that's the experiment. Stop spraying him. So you see, Ryan's got a shock collar on.
Okay, maybe you should stop.
No need for that right now. Ryan's got a shock collar on. This remote goes to said shock collar.
Okay,
I turn this little knob right here.
stop.
Shh. Shh. I turn this little knob right here up.
Can someone give me food?
Ryan gets shocked.
No.
It's a pretty simple concept.
I don't want to do this.
So,
How did you get me tied up in the first place?
well, you were unconscious.
It's called a forget-me-not.
Ryan, I'm sure you recognize this classic tune right here.
No, I don't like Phil Collins.
Of course you don't like Phil Collins. He only talks about Cab Calloway. It's really annoying. I'm sure you recognize this song. It's a pretty recognizable song. You might have memories associated with the song, feelings associated with the song. We're gonna change those feelings for you here today.
No, please don't.
So the song's playing. Davis, get him with the pillow. I don't want to. All right, turning it up. He's getting shocked a little bit. All right, there we go. Song's not playing anymore. Done shocking him. Ryan, how do you feel about this song?
I really don't like it.
All right, Davis, get the pillow over his face again.
What?
Get the pillow over his face again. We don't want his parents to hear him scream. There you go, and he's on. All right. And it's off. How are you feeling? And that, my friends, is classical conditioning. Watch what happens now when I play the song.
Aidan. No. Please.
See? He's developed negative association with the song. That right there, my friends, is classical conditioning in action in another living human being. Fear is now associated with this song because the song is associated with pain. Are you filming right now?
Yeah.
So can you hold on to this, because I don't want Davis. He's like, I mean, he's a great production manager and everything, but he's kind of bloodthirsty, and I feel like he's gonna torture Ryan if he gets his hands on it.
Yeah, no.
So we're gonna So basically, in conclusion, classical conditioning in people is way easier than I would have expected, because we have such a high capacity for learning. And this is the part where you talk about, classical conditioning in an everyday setting. See, classical conditioning, I've seen examples of it used in advertising, in education, even in memories. See, think of the last time that you had a really negative experience with a person or a place, and you go back to that person or place, and you suddenly experience a very deep dread. That's classical conditioning at work. In conclusion, everything about you, fear, love, hunger, compassion, it's all a predetermined set of evolutionary responses based on an outward stimulus. Everything about you is just a program in a computer that is your head. Just like a computer, you can be programmed, you can be manipulated, and you can be used. And you will be used. by me, or someone like me, who has learned to manipulate that kind of computer. You are nothing more than a series of chemicals. And with that, sleep tight, America. Sleep tight.
So, I'm Aidan.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
You can probably cut here.
Yeah, no, you know how you gave me that remote?
Yes, I do know how I gave you that remote.
I don't know where it is. Like, I got it.
Do you hear that?
That's. Oh. Is that Phil Collins?
No, 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 no!
So stranger to you and me.